Hey friend, welcome. I'm Jen if you're new here, and I'm a newish reseller on eBay, and today I have some what solds, and we're also going to chat about the February numbers, my February numbers. So if you don't know, I do this part-time just to kind of supplement my family's income. My goal is to make $1,000 every month. And like I said, we'll chat about my February numbers later on in the video because today is actually February 28th. I have 19 items going out today from the last 5 days, the 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th. So you may think that that's a lot. It is a lot of days. I have 3-day handling time because I don't go to the post office every day, and I have no intention of that until my sales kind of warrant that I have to go to the post office every day. So I have 3-day handling time. There was a weekend. I still, actually the earliest that something has to go out before I get penalized on eBay is tomorrow. I'm actually ahead of the game, but 19 things. Let's try and get through this. I'm excited, and I'll tell you why, but let's start. This thing, oh my goodness. I actually posted this on my Facebook page because I could not come up, like Google Lens was giving me nothing. I have no idea. I could not figure out what this logo was. Anyway, I found this hat at the bins. I posted on Facebook to like my personal Facebook friends, and a friend of mine found what this logo is, and it's the Immaculate Heart of Mary Seminary. There was nothing on eBay about Immaculate Heart of Mary, so I was like, well, I'm gonna throw it up there and see what happens. It did sell for $13.40. After fees and shipping. My profit on this is $5.61. I paid $1.12 for it at the Goodwill bins. So amazed that that even sold. I can't believe it. I'm happy because, you know, someone who goes to the Immaculate Heart of Mary Seminary needs a hat. I sold some Crocs. I will tell you, this is probably my least favorite of this. Anyway. They're little Mary Janes. They were cute. I paid $6 for them. There was, right at the beginning, when I started reselling, people were saying Crocs were selling for a ton of money, and so then I was just buying Crocs, and they're not for me. I have a bunch that are just kind of sitting. And, oh, not that they were selling for a lot of money, but just that they were selling quickly, and mine are just sitting, and it's a little frustrating. The buyer paid $27.67, so after fees and shipping, my profit is $12.26. That did double my money, so that's not terrible. It's not terrible. It's a decent profit. I just think I need to do better at choosing what Crocs I buy and comping them better. That's a theme that you'll see throughout my videos. I just need to be better at comping. This summer, I found these LeBron James Nike something or other basketball shoes at a yard sale, and this woman was like, $1, $1, $1, $1. And I was like, they're basketball shoes. My brother plays basketball, and shoes are expensive, so I snagged them. They sat and sat and sat and sat. I have another pair that are Hyper Dunk that I got at that same sale. They're just sitting, so... Finally, these sold for $43.60. After fees and shipping, my profit is $26.24, which is fantastic, especially considering I paid $1 for them. In reality, I mean, I only started reselling 5 months ago, so these haven't sat for more than 5 months, but it just seems, for me, it seems like a long time. The next thing is this Gap dress. It's just like a midi dress. It's long. It's pretty basic, like a little sundress. It's kind of a green tealy color. I thought it was really pretty. A lady at church gave me a bunch of stuff to resell, and I'm so thankful for that. So my cost of goods was $0. The buyer paid $21.45 for that. So after fees and shipping, my profit is $13.87. So thankful for free inventory. That's so fun to me. These were ours. Just a pair of jeans. The brand is PDNC, which stands for Paper, Denim, and Cloth. and it retails for a lot. Like I think the jeans were like $100 new or more. It's been a while since I looked them up, but I bought them at a thrift for my husband and he didn't particularly like them. So I bought them like a long time before I started reselling, so I don't remember how much I paid for them. I just put that they were ours and there was a zero cost of goods. The buyer did end up paying $33.72. So after shipping and fees, my profit is $18.06 on those. Now, I will say that when I say the buyer paid, that's everything that they paid, like how much I charged them for the item and then how much they had to pay for shipping. So I do the item plus shipping. I don't do free shipping with my listings, and that's just, I'm too new to have a reason for it. I'm just trying things, and that's what I'm trying right now. I've actually watched a lot of YouTube videos on like, how do you do free shipping? Do you not do free shipping? Some people are very passionate about what they've chosen. I'm just playing around with it right now, and right now I've chosen to do not free shipping and go from there. So the next thing that sold is from my very last bins haul, and these sold real fast, and they are Carhartt camo overalls for kids. There's the Carhartt label, and they're a size 8. I actually just did a really fun video haul on that bins outlet, and I will link that up here so you can check it out if you want. And it was actually a collaboration with some YouTube reselling friends of mine, so you definitely want to check that out and check out the playlist that's in that video because it was just so much fun. But those Carhartt overalls I bought at the bins. I did some weird average cost of goods pricing with that bins haul. So I said that those were $3.40 and the buyer paid $41.75. So here's an example. They paid $30 plus they must have paid $11.75 in shipping. So after fees and shipping, my profit on those is $23.03. When the buyer pays, they do have to pay tax depending on what state they live in, but eBay takes care of all that. I don't have to deal with it, which is lovely. All right. This was actually from a thrift haul that I did that I also will link up here. I was trying to find 20 items that were worth $25 or more. And I found a bunch of this Zaya activewear, and this one was actually brand new with tags, and it was called something like Over the Rainbow, or I forget. Oh, here, it's on the tag. End of the Rainbow Tank is what it was called. So I did not sell it for $25 because all in with shipping, the buyer paid $25.25. So, bummer. But after fees and shipping, my profit was still $14.36. I did pay $3.60 for that at my local Goodwill. I have a Minion scrub. If you've seen any of my videos, I love to sell scrub tops. They're just easy. They are easy to ship. They're easy to photograph. They don't sell for a lot of money. In fact, I think this is my lowest profit out of all of these items. But they don't take up space, and I can usually find them for really cheap. This was actually one of the more expensive ones that I bought. So this is obviously the Minions, Despicable Me, and the buyer paid $12.25. See what I mean? So after fees and shipping, my profit on that was $4.68. I bought those at a local Goodwill for $1.80. I think my Goodwill prices those at $4, and so I never buy them full price. Would have been a half off sale, half off tag, and then I get, if I buy $20 or $25 or more at my Goodwill, which I almost always do, I get an extra 10% off. So plush. My daughter actually found this at the Goodwill bins. I paid $1.12 for it. The buyer paid $16.95. This is tiny little Elmo. I mean Easter, and Easter's coming up very soon. So after fees and shipping, my profit was $8.99. So I'm very happy about that. This sweater came from a thrift store in a different town, and I happened to go into it randomly, and it was a half off day. So like the whole entire store, and I found some really good stuff. This is new with tags. The brand is John Bartlett, which I believe is just like a Kohl's brand. I'm not positive on that, so don't quote me. But the price was only $45 new, and I say only $45 is a lot of money for a sweater, but I'm just saying it's not like a hugely high-end brand. But because it was new with tags and I only paid $2 for it, I thought I would try it. It was very nice. I believe it was also in a size that my husband would wear, so I thought, you know, if he liked it, he could have a nice sweater for $2. But I sold it for $34 even, which I think is funny. So after fees and shipping, my profit is $18.82. The person who bought it got a deal, and I got some profit, which I am happy about. Carhartt, I pick up Carhartt pretty much anytime I see it. I don't know that that's the right thing to do. I am certainly not saying, oh, you should do this. I'm just saying this is what I have done, and this is what has sold from it. So I do have a bunch of Carhartt that is just sitting and has been sitting. So, but this is a long sleeve Henley. So when it has the buttons down the front, but not all the way, it's called a Henley. It sold for $21.65. After fees and shipping, my profit was $7.42. I bought this at a local thrift store for $3. At that same local thrift store, also for $3, and I think in the same trip, I also bought this Carmen shirt. I did not know that brand. I don't think I comped it. I bought it because it's like Western and funky and fun. And again, I don't really know what I'm doing. So I just was trying things, but I paid $3 for it. The buyer paid $20.95 after fees and shipping. My profit was $10.53. From that same haul that I bought the activewear, the Zaya activewear, I also bought a couple blazers. Blazers is one of the categories, one of the places I go in the thrift store. So this is a green tabby, which I thought was like a big deal, and apparently at least a green blazer isn't really a big deal. But I did buy that for $3.15 at the local Goodwill. I sold it for $24.10. Again, not quite hitting that $25 mark. After fees and shipping, and of course my cost of goods, $11.92 was my profit. This came from another thrift haul that you need to check out, and I will link this up here. When I bought this, the guy was like, ooh, you were in a really good deal. And I thought it was going to be like $400 or something like that. It was not. It was comping at like $18. But isn't it pretty cool? It's embroidered. The brand is Bob Mackie, which I do believe it's vintage. It's made in Hong Kong, which is an indication that it is vintage. Don't ask me why, because I don't really know, but it is. And the buyer did pay $29.90. So I did get more than that $18 that they were comping at, so I'm thrilled with that. I paid a whole 56 cents for it at my favorite thrift store. It was priced at $4 with another piece. So if I would have split them, it would have been $2, which still is not a huge cost of goods. My favorite thrift store is my favorite thrift store because I never pay more than $2 for anything in that store, and it's fantastic. I love it. And I find some fun stuff, some weird stuff, and sometimes some really profitable stuff. So after my cost of goods and my shipping and my fees, my profit on that was $17.34. So that is just fantastic to me. This is a shirt that I got at a local thrift store. I paid $3 for it, and it is the Seattle Seahawks, which I think is kind of funny because isn't that a football team? And we're out of football season. I don't know. I did buy it early on in football season at that thrift store. The buyer paid $20.25, so my profit after fees and shipping is $9.40. I am pleased. I just listed these, and then I actually just bought another pair and then these sold. So I'm very thrilled because now I'm hoping that the other pair will sell as well. This is American Eagle, and they're just like khaki shorts. Plain, basic khaki shorts, which if I think about like what my husband wears, that's what he would wear too. So maybe there's a market for that in just plain basic shorts for men. I did buy those at the bins for $1.12. The buyer paid $21.65. Not a ton, but again, they haven't been listed very long. So my profit after fees and shipping, my math is messed up on here, but it's about $10 in profit. I'll take that. This is a little wallet. It is Fossil, and I did find this at my favorite thrift store. I paid $1 for it. I don't know much about purses. The lady at church that gave me a bunch of stuff gave me a ton of purses, and I've sold a few Fossil items. So when I found this and it looks perfect, I just went ahead and picked it up because I knew I wasn't going to pay very much for it. And again, the Fossil stuff that I've listed has moved pretty quickly. So I think I'm going to keep picking that up as I find it at a decent price. So the buyer did pay $30.20, that's amazing. After fees and shipping, my profit on that is $20.82, which is fantastic. These are a pair of leggings from that haul with the activewear, and it is that Zaya brand, and these are just darling. They have like mesh on the legs, and oh, there's a little hummingbird. I really like birds. It's a thing. I don't know. And the buyer did pay $36.15, so I did hit that $25 mark. I did pay $4.05 at my local Goodwill, and so then after my cost of goods, fees, and shipping, my total profit is $21.24. Another item that I bought at my favorite thrift store, these are just little chino shorts. The brand is Express, which isn't any big deal, but they were new with tags, which was why I picked them up, and I knew it was going to be a very low cost of goods. My average that day was 71 cents. See what I mean? So the buyer only paid $19.45, but my profit is still $11.51. I find that if my cost of goods is very low, then that helps just keep my profit up, which that's what I want. So 19 items over 5 days, that's not ideal. I really want to be at about 6 items a day. So that would be 30 items, but I'm not going to be upset about 19 items. I think that's pretty great. So my total profit on that is $273.97. My average profit was $14.42. So I am very pleased with that. That's really going to help me get toward my goal of $1,000 every month for my family, and I'm fairly confident that I have hit that in February. I will be back in a bit, and we will have, it'll seem like a flash to you, but we will have some numbers, and hopefully some more things will have sold. Right. It's Tuesday. I have a few more sales. Nothing exciting, but I'm going to show you anyway. All right, the first are some Gymboree overalls. I enjoy selling overalls, but these are kind of messed up. They do have little firefighter guy on them, and they're lined, or partially lined at least. These were my son's. He did not like them. They were messed up. My daughter tried to repair it with glue. It's a thing. Anyway, I sold them for $14.65 and made a whopping $4. But really, that's better than throwing them away, in my opinion. Another one of those Zaya pieces sold. So if I haven't shown you this, there's the label and the logo. These are just cropped purple leggings. They sold for $25.80. Again, didn't hit quite that $25 mark. So after fees and shipping, I made $13.45. My cost of goods was $4.05.
My mom's cool. Please subscribe.
This is an Under Armour t-shirt. It is kids, but it's cool. It's like the logo is black on black, and then they're like pixelated. I don't know. I thought it was cool. I found it at the bins. I messed up my math, but sold it for $13. My cost of goods was $1.12, I think. I made right around $6. Another item I found at the bins is this Victoria's Secret bra. I don't think I'm going to pick up bras anymore, but it was an experiment. I did pay $1.12 for that. The buyer paid $18.15 after fees and shipping. My profit is $10.49. I don't know, maybe I should pick up bras. That's a pretty decent profit for a little tiny thing. Then I sold another thing from the bins. Actually two things. I found these Indianapolis Motor Speedway hats. They're different and yet the same. Sold them to the same buyer for $7 a piece plus shipping. My cost of goods was $3.16 total. It was $1.58 each on that. The buyer paid $19.95, so after fees and shipping, my profit on both of them was $8.15. If I haven't told you already, hats are easy, I think. They're easy to ship, easy to photograph, and they don't take up much space to store. So I'm happy to take $8 in profit. I'm actually really glad they sold together though, because $4 for one, I don't know, it feels a little less worth it. I did want to talk to you about my February numbers. Today is March 1st, so I was really excited this morning to make sure I got all those last minute orders into my spreadsheet. So we're going to kind of have a little story time and just go back in time, rewind. And when I started out in September, I was brand new to reselling. I just had like my kids stuff that I had saved for a consignment sale. And so I put some of the stuff still in the consignment sale. I had pulled out some of the nicer things that I thought I could list and make some money on. I started actually selling items in October, and in October I made a profit of $349. All of that went directly back into my business, along with, I think, I can look it up and tell you the exact number, but I think between $50 to $70 that I had used from our personal financial money. Thankfully, I had buffer in our regular budget to do that. This is kind of extra money for our family, and so I was able to do that. I know that that is not always the case if someone is reselling to help their family's financial situation. In November, I was quite sick and didn't do a great job at being consistent with things, and I did still sell 45 items and made $417.14, and that was profit. In December, I sold 73 items and made a profit of $1,038.92. $1,000 is my goal. That's what I would like to contribute to my family's finances. As I am doing this, I'm realizing that I have to put some of that money back into the business. So through December, I had just funneled everything right back into it and had bought more inventory, some shipping supplies, storage bins, things like that. So in December, I'd also sold a really big item, and I'll link the video up above, but I sold a Disney bear for like $280. So I was afraid that the $1,000 was a little unrealistic, and I was unsure what January was going to bring. In January, I did sell 103 items, and my profit on that was $1,477. And I was able then to put about 37% of that into our family's finances, and that was about $600. So what I was doing was taking 25% of my total payout from eBay. I was taking 25% and putting that in an account to save to pay for taxes, because this is taxable income. So the rest of that money that I split in half, and half of that went to my family and half of that went back into my family's budget. I did the same thing in February. So here are my February numbers. Drum roll, please. That's a terrible drum roll. 125 items sold, a gross sales of $3,286.38. That is 4.5 items a day. I would really like to be at like 6 items a day, but we're getting there. My average sale price was $26.29. My average profit per item was $13.51. Both of those numbers I want to go higher also. So again, getting there, getting closer. So my net profit for the month of February was $1,688.45. So good. I was able again to put $600 into my family's finances, and I'm hoping now in March I can get to where I'm putting $1,000 into my family's finances. That means I think I can go to 50% to my family and then split 50 or 25 and 25 to the business and tax savings. I think that is doable for the sourcing that I do and the things that I need to kind of roll my money into for my business. I have been listing 20 items per day consistently for the month of February. It's been 5 new items every day, and then I've been unlisting 15 other items and relisting those the following day. So from what I understand, eBay sees that as a completely new listing, and so hopefully eBay sees my listings as 20 new listings every day. I have some other little breakdown, which I think is really fun. 25% of the items that I sold were from my favorite thrift store. 20% of the items were from the Goodwill outlet, the bins. And then 13% of the items came from a lady at church who just gifted me a bunch of things that she was planning to take to the thrift store. And I think it's really interesting because when I go into the categories, I sold 42% of women's clothes, 22% men's clothing, and then 13% was bags and purses. So I thought that was funny because 13% was bags and purses and 13% was from the lady at church, and most of what she gave me that I sold were bags and purses. I just think it's funny when numbers kind of line up like that. So I do want to say I use a spreadsheet from Ginger Marvin. I will link their channel in the description. Their spreadsheet is completely free, but that is how I got all those numbers, and I really have enjoyed using it, and I really enjoy their YouTube channel as well. I'm sure, hopefully you know them. If you don't, go check them out. I'm really excited about March. I'm really excited. February was 4 days shorter than March will be. So I think that there's a lot of good potential, and hopefully, I don't know about this last trip to the bins, but hopefully I'm getting a little better at sourcing and listing and just doing things better. So the week is not done. So hopefully I will have some more things that will sell, and we'll see what goes. Today is Saturday morning, and I am headed out for my last post office stop of the week. I'm going to start with the worst sale of them all. These are a pair of Levi 505s. I bought them at a thrift store for $5. The buyer paid $17.70 after fees and shipping. I profited a whole $1.95. This was in the phase of I'm still in that phase. I don't know what I'm doing. Someone at some point on a YouTube channel had said, oh, pick up all the Levi's, and so I did, kind of blindly. I don't think now I would pay $5 for these without checking comps. A couple months ago, I picked up a few of these little Hannah Anderson t-shirts. They're just plain, and they're little. I got 4 of them for $4, so they were $1 a piece. The buyer paid $15.40, so after fees and shipping, my profit is $8.14, and this is the third out of the 4 of them. So, and I've noticed I had three green ones and 1 blue one, and the blue one is left, and it just occurred to me, like, St. Patrick's Day is coming up, so I wonder if that's why the green ones have been selling. Maybe. I could be completely wrong. These I bought at my favorite thrift store. I paid a whole $1 for them. The brand is Forever 21, which is not something I would normally be like, no, not doing it. I don't want to even try to resell Forever 21, but these are overalls, and they're overall shorts. They're distressed, and they were a 2X. So that is why I picked them up. Plus, I know at my favorite thrift store, I never pay more than $2 for anything. So I knew I wasn't going to make a ton of money on that, but really, I did quite well with those. The buyer paid $23.12, so after fees and shipping, my profit was $10.85, which, you know, it's way better than the jeans. This is a Levi's blazer. I thought this was going to go for more, but I ended up taking a best offer. It's cute. It's like ruffled in the back. I think the best offer was for 15. I think it was 20. Oh, no, I know what happened. I got an offer for $10 for it, and I was like, I don't think that that's great, right? I feel like it's worth more than that. And so I countered at 15, and I still thought that was low. But right after I countered, I got another offer for $20, and I was like, done. Take the $20 offer. So it did sell for $20, which I still think I probably could have gotten 30 for it. I don't know. The comps were a little bit higher than $20, but there's no size in it. So I do think it's a larger size, and I did include measurements and noted that I wasn't sure of the size in the listing. So we'll see how that ends up. This is, oh boy, this came from my last bin strip. This is just a crazy like 80s blazer. The brand is Jeffrey and Dara by Linda Hutley. And I mean, it's got shoulder pads and everything. So it is, I like picking up stuff like this. I think it's fun, and it's vintage, and I don't know, it's just cool. So it almost feels, oh, it's 100% rayon. It's like, it almost feels like it has a little bit of linen in it, but it doesn't. Okay, that sold for $41.75. I paid $1.70 at the bins. That was my average cost of goods. So after fees and shipping and my cost of goods, of course, $25.51 is my profit. And I think I've sold a few things from that bins haul. I don't have everything listed yet, which isn't ideal, but it just takes me a while. These I got at my favorite thrift store. I paid $1.70 for them. I did comp them at the store, and I went ahead and took kind of a, not super low ball offer, but a lower offer, just because I have so many shoes and they don't move for me. So I don't know. I paid $1.70 for them. The buyer paid $32.94, and so after fees and shipping, I will profit $18.23. Another pair of Nike. These came from my favorite store as well, and I paid $1 for these. These comped higher than those, but still didn't sell for a ton, and I think it's just because I'm trying to move stuff right now, so I'm taking lower offers, sending lower offers, just because I don't want to be storing these things in my closet. I want them to make me money. So I still did make a decent amount. These sold for $31.10 with fees and shipping, my $1 cost of goods. I profited $13.18. I picked up a maternity pair of scrub pants at the bins, I think the first time I went. And if you don't know, in my professional life, I am a birth doula, so I have a special place in my heart for pregnant mamas. And so anytime I can, you know, get some decent maternity clothes and sell them to someone for a lower price, I'm happy to do that. There's also a children's consignment sale that will take maternity clothes as well. So if they don't sell for a long time, I can always turn around and sell them in that maternity consignment sale. I am planning to do like a video on how I prepare for that, and I've been actually buying stuff specifically for that sale. And so if you're interested in seeing that video, as well as like a haul video of what I will buy to resell from the consignment sale, let me know in the comments below, because I'm excited about it and I would love to do a video if that's something you are interested in. This I paid too much for, but I do that sometimes. I'm learning, and this is one of those things that I'm trying to learn what I can sell, what sells well for me. T-shirts, I don't have the eye for it, I think. So this is a Beatles like concert tee. It sold for $21.17. So I did pay $5 for it at a local thrift store. It's pretty faded. I thought faded was good, but it's also orange. Like, I don't know. Orange? It sold for $21.17. My profit is $9.18. I didn't quite double my money, which if I'm paying $5 for something, I really want to be making like $15 or $20 off of that just for my return on investment. If I'm paying $1 for something and I make $9, then that's, I don't know, I'm just a little bit happier with that, I think. The last thing for today is this American Eagle. These are little shorts. I mean little, but they're cool. They have like this little pattern in them. I actually thought I found, I want to say 4 pair that are they were exact same size, very similar style, but the other ones were like khaki or jeans. I don't remember exactly. And I thought these would not go, and these were the first to go. So shows you what I know. I did pay 71 cents for these at my favorite thrift store. The buyer paid $17.85. So after fees and shipping, my profit is $10.20. I'm much more happy with that return on investment versus the one with the Beatles shirt. So that is all for me this week. Thanks for hanging out and hearing my February numbers and seeing what sold this week. I am hoping for a better week. This was kind of slow, it felt like. Yeah, it just felt slow to me. So first couple days of March under our belts. If you like this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up, a like, and subscribe if you haven't. I put a video out every Wednesday and some others in between sometimes. And you can always check out another video. There's one right here. I will see you soon.